What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, today we have something a little bit different. We're going to go over the new set that has just been released in Japan, and is the legendary Holo collection. They had just been leaked online. The set actually released in this Saturday coming up. But let's go over some of the cards that are coming out. This is actually a mini set, so there's only like I think 15 or 20 cards. Nothing too exciting, but there's some pretty awesome artwork here. So here we have a Chespin, Violent for 30. Finnegan, 10 damage, flip a coin. If heads, this deck does 30 more damage. But here we have this Reshiram. So Reshiram, 20 damage, Blaze Performance, 90 damage, flip a coin to 2, gets tails, this deck does 20 more damage for each heads. Maybe if you get lucky, you can do a ton of damage with Blaze Performance, but let's look at this Reshiram here. Like I said a second ago, all these cards look pretty amazing if my internet wants to cooperate. While that's loading, as you see the little Pokeball spinning from my side, we have Braxton here, which does 70 damage, discard 1 energy attached to this Pokemon. And then next up, we have Palkia. Palkia does 30 damage, and Cross Slicer 80 damage during your opponent's next turn. He or she can't attach energy from his or her hand to the Pokemon that was damaged by this attack. That could be interesting because if maybe they play like just a Seismitoad and nothing else, they can't attach energy to it. Maybe they have to like Juniper some energies away, or not Juniper, sorry, Sycamore. Juniper is getting rotated out, but you could maybe have to Sycamore their energies away before they can attach them. Is mine not going to work for us? Looks like it's not going to. Looks like we're gonna have to look at the little pictures, but I mean you can still see how cool they look. And also you can just go to PokeBeach.com. You can look at the pictures on there too. So Palkia, maybe something interesting, but it just needs 3 energies, which is a lot. There's a Froakie, 10 damage, Frogadier, 30 damage, and there's a Pikachu X. Very nice. We haven't seen a basic Pokemon that has an evolution actually be an EX before. We have basic Pokemon, but we haven't had a basic Pokemon that has an evolution be EX, if I remember correctly. Besides the Megas, that doesn't count. Evolving to my eyes, that's just a Mega card. Pikachu EX, 30 damage, flip a coin to get Tails. This attack does 30 damage times the number of heads. It could be cool. You can just flip 6 heads in a row and do 180 damage. And then there's Spark, 50 damage, discard all lightning energy attached to Pokemon. This tag does 50 damage times the number of lightning energy. You discard it in this way. Maybe you combine this with electric, because expanded still exists, and you maybe put Pikachu in there, and maybe have like 4 out or 3 outs, and triple Dynamotor, attach energy over Spark for 200. I would just rather attack over Rayquaza, but if you want to attack with Pikachu, it could work. So we have Zekrom here. We got the Palkia. Now we have Zekrom, and there's a Reshiram. So there's a theme with these big monster cards. So you have Zekrom, slash 20 damage. Voltage Storm, 90 damage. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And I guess you can start stacking damage up that way. Maybe combine this with Crobat. But once again, it's just a really high energy attack, 2 lightning and a DCE. We have Dedenne, whatever you want to call them, 10 damage, flip a coin if has a defending Pokemon is not paralyzed. Wobbuffet, flip a coin if has, prevent all damage done to its Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn. That's a pretty cool attack. You just gotta hopefully you flip a heads, but if you don't, it's like a high risk, high reward kind of situation. You flip a heads, you're good to go. If tails, you cry. Roll and tackle for 50. Next up, Hoopa EX. Hoopa has search deck for 2 item cards, reveal them, put them to your hand, and shuffle your deck afterwards. And then Wonder Trick, 100 damage. Your opponent switches the defending Pokemon with his or her bench Pokemon. The first tag could be really cool there. You can search for certain cards you need. Maybe you don't have a supporter. Maybe you need some Spirit Links, maybe some Ultra Balls or something. It just could be a cool card. I don't think it's going to see play. I don't think any of these cards are going to see play, actually. Maybe Pikachu just for fun. So we have Hippopotas here, 30 damage. Pancham, 10 damage. Choose a card from your opponent's hand without looking and discard it. I just want to see somebody like just close their eyes and like, I can't look at your cards and discard one. Alright, so we have Lucha here, 20 damage. 40, this attack is affected by resistance, but its weakness still counts. NK, 10 damage, flip 4 coins. This attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. The Alga, 120 HP. Metaclaw, 30 damage. Freeze time, 80 damage during your opponent's next turn. He or she can't play any Pokemon from his or her hand to evolve any Pokemon that was damaged by this attack. Now, if it said your opponent can't evolve any Pokemon, that would be good. But since it's just that certain Pokemon, that's meh. It's pretty bad. Alright, we have Latios here. Draw a card. If Latios is on your bench, draw one more. If for some reason this is in the next set after Ancient Origins, maybe you can have a good little tournament or a good pre-release deck, and you have maybe start a Latios and a Latios and start drawing through an Affinity Draw, and then maybe do some Speed Wing for 60. Here's the Latios, and both these look amazing. Look at these artworks. If I can only make them big. Oh, there we go. We did it. We just had to believe in Latios. And look at that. That looks amazing. That's some great artwork there. Palkia is trying to eat him. Latios say, no, you got to catch me. Skyblade, 70 damage. If Latios is on your bench, this attack does 50 more damage. Once again, it could be a cool pre-release card. Black Kyurem, Thundernail, 40 damage. Flip a coin. If has, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Freezing Mountain, 120 damage. This attack does 120 damage to itself. White Kyurem, 100 flip Hyper Beam, 40 damage. Flip a coin if it has discard energy attached to defending Pokemon. And Flare Blizzard, 120 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon can't use Flare Blizzard. There's a random Meowth in here. Flip a coin if it has, this attack does 30 damage to opponent's active Pokemon. If Tails, Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. Next up is Regigigas. When detaching an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon and heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. Could be another good pre-release deck. While they're slowly pecking at you for 20, you just slowly load up a Regigigas. And you could do Gigas Punch, 100 damage, flip 2 coins. If both of them are the Tails, this attack does nothing. So both of them have to be Tails. It'd be pretty unlikely if you do flip both Tails. Next up is Arceus, whatever you want to call him. Gather Light, move any number of energy attached to your bench Pokemon to this Pokemon. And Judgment Bird, 10 damage. This attack does 30 more damage for each type of basic energy attached to this Pokemon. Now, Arceus is probably the... Oh, man. Attack does 30 more damage for each type of basic energy. Now, if it was for each basic energy on this Pokemon, that'd be totally different. But it's each type of energy. Yeah. I mean, in pre-release, you're playing like 3 different energy cards, or like 3 to 4 different colors. So maybe you can Gather Light, move like 4 different energies to it, then Judgment Burst for 3, 6, 9, 12, 130. That can knock out all these Regigigas and stuff like that. Here we see a Rufflet, 30 damage, Bravery, 30, and then 80 damage, flip 2 coins, attack does 80 damage for each heads, and Noibat, 10 damage, heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. And yeah, that's a set here. Like I said, nothing to watch out kind of thing. The weird thing is that Chespin doesn't have an evolution here. What's going on there? Finnegan has Braxton, but we don't have the last stage. And Froakie has Frogadier, but once again, not the last stage. Why didn't Chespin get in his middle stage? Oh, we all left out the grass Pokemon. That's so mean. Why we gotta pick on the grass Pokemon? But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Once again, like I said, these cards are pretty cool. Look at that Arceus. Here's the Regigigas. It seems like it's working now. Which artwork do you like more? We'll try to see how many we can pull up here. There's 2. You gotta scroll up with me. Come on, cards. Float with me. Let's see here. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. Look at, oh man, I don't know which one's my favorite. There's so many different types here. How many can we fit on the screen? It's a question here. We're gonna make Poke Beach crash. Trying to put all the full arts on one page. Oh, that Dialga probably looks the sickest. Not gonna lie. Alright, we got the Hoopa, Zekrom, Pikachu, Palkia, the Reshiram. I mean, the Palkia looks sick too. Look at that. It's like it's fighting. And then there's the Zekrom, which is fighting Palkia. I guess Palkia just wants to be in every picture that he can be in. Hoopa doesn't have any friends, neither does Pikachu. I'm going to say Dialga is probably the coolest artwork. Or Regigigas. Regigigas look pretty sick too. Which artwork do you like the most? There's a bunch of different full arts here. This is definitely a collector, like a collector set. Like collectors like, oh man, these cards are cool. Let me collect these. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Once again, check out Poke Beach if you want to check out these pictures and articles. They do a really good job of what's coming out in Japan. They're usually the first people to report it. But thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.